This trip for me it started off as just celebrating our 40th in the bush with mates in a spectacular way, but then really became extra meaningful and spiritual as I learned to understand some of my closest friends in a better way, in a magnificent environment. A big part of this for me was being in a position to try get everyone together and to help facilitate in some sort of way everyone having these amazing emotions and feelings, and some tremendous highs, and I think which will be taken away in some form, in the essence, in the future. And it was most amazing. Like, to you guys individually, I love you. We got a special bond, and I can't wait for this next chapter of our lives to adventure on together.
Now in the morning I sleep alone, sweep the streets I used to own.
Hi everyone, so this is our 40th Larapinta trek. So I saw it as both an opportunity to connect with some friends who I'm not great at keeping in touch with, and it's been years since we've properly hung out. So 40 is a reflection point. So what I really wanted to get out of this trip was to learn a little bit more. It way exceeded my expectations. So just seeing how beautiful this land is and connecting with this land was very special. But also, my intention was to bring my best self on this holiday and really show my friends who I haven't seen in a long time who I'm becoming and I'm trying to be, as opposed to who they think I was 10 years ago, because they don't really know who I am anymore. So I wanted to be the best friend I could be to them, and bring my best self on this trip. And I really love to have real and honest conversations with guys and who we're learning and we're growing and we're making mistakes, and we're all on the same path, because ultimately we're all walking each other home. So it's just a beautiful experience, and made some new friends along the way. And if you bring positive energy, you receive, and it was just magic. Thank you, everyone.
I used to roll the dice, feel the fear in my enemy's eyes, listen as the crowd would sing.
I think I came to this trip at a period where I felt a bit lost in my sense of identity. So I really enjoyed the wisdom from people with older kids and different life experiences. And I think the take-homes that I have are that I'm immensely proud of my son, and I want him to be proud of me. So the idea is to be setting the example and practicing the values that I think are important. So working out what those values are. Samo said be the eulogy, not the CV. And so I think actually working with Jen to come up, we've been talking about a 5-year plan, coming up with what the values we want to reflect are, and then putting those into practice now, not waiting till the future. And then just working out that balance of needs for myself and the type of person I want to be. So I feel pretty inspired and ready to get back and start doing that. Obviously always harder to do, but I like having the video to keep me honest and remind me.
Dead, long live the king. 1 minute I held the key, next the walls were closed on me, and I discovered that my castle stand upon pillars of salt and pillars of sand.
Look, I think for me the last few days have really been about connection, because the lives that we all live, sometimes it's very easy to become disconnected from what really is important, and that's a chronic struggle for me because of my work, and sort of just being caught up in a very intense sort of life. That for me this trip was about sort of taking a step out of that path and just connecting with friends, connecting with nature, connecting with the land, and basically just really what I want to take away from it is just trying to take a piece of that thinking back into the race, back into the rat race, but try to sort of use it as an impetus to just get a little bit more balance in my life, with my family, with friends, and it's just been a very special few days, and I've loved sharing it with
missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain.
What's up, boys, and whoever might watch this video in the world. Yeah, I'm thinking about this trip and the build up to this trip. This is not something that is in my comfort zone. It's not things that I'm interested in as far as outdoors and nature, and I'm a lot more introverted. I'm a lot more comfortable in my own little space, and I had no idea that I have so much of my own little space in this huge space that we're in. That the reality is, wherever I went on this trek, whoever we were with, I really had myself, and a piece of myself really came to life through this experience. And was talking about gratitude, and I was just thinking how grateful I am to have someone like Arik who really lit the fire of what this was going to be about. And I mean, I could speak about everyone, and I had no idea some of the deep human parts of them until I got to explore it on this trip. But definitely in particular with, I'm very grateful that I kind of lit the spark that got this all in motion. And today, as we approach the end, I feel like I've grown a lot in this small period of time. This growth is not by any means a growth that puts me on a path to want to be different, to want to be an outdoors person, to want to be in touch with nature, but it has created some kind of energy that I might find myself leaning into, the outdoor energy than I might have in the past. And I feel healthy and strong for it all. I don't think a couple of years ago I was capable of doing such a thing, and I definitely think, without going too much into it, that this idea that was created over a year and a half ago, or whenever it was created, had given me a spark to change my life in a way. So the growth that I'm experiencing from this 3-day trek has actually been a growth of a year and a half, an inception that's actually turned me into a person who's closer to the person I want to be. So I want to thank everyone on this trip, everyone who was a part of it, from the guides to our Rude Boys connections and to this land that we're on, the people of this land. And I honor them, and I honor this program.
It was never alone. This word, that was when I ruled the
I just finished an exceptional 4 days out in the middle of Australia, the Larapinta Trail. Feeling really grateful to have had this experience with these incredible men. This was a big rites of passage for us, turning 40, entering this next phase of life. And it was a physically demanding 4 days. We walked 45 kilometers on the Larapinta Trail, and we sweated a lot and we climbed mountains, but really it was a very nurturing, intellectual and emotional 4 days. We had some big conversations whilst we were walking around the campfire, and it was just great to let our guard down and just be ourselves and share who we are, where we're at, where we want to be, and I just feel so grateful for the space that was created, and I feel like I'm returning home really like energized and excited about, you know, living my best life and doing stuff like this with my kids, and being more present at home and disconnecting more from technology and connecting more with my friends. I've got amazing friends. I need to call them more, I need to hang out with them more, and I'm going to do that. So just to wrap up, this has been an adventure of a lifetime, and I can't wait to do more adventures like that, like this with all of you. And let's fucking keep living a great life in this great country. And l'chaim. See ya.
Blew down the doors to let me in. Shattered windows and the sound